What happens when Elon Musk takes aim at Netflix? Discover the domino effect on Netflix's stock after Musk's bold call, and you'll want to see how traders respond when social media drives the market.
Of that tweet and of his fans and followers, they sent Netflix shares down 2% today after Musk spent part of his day tweeting about that Netflix show called Dead End Paranormal Park, which features a transgender character. It's an animated show, by the way. Now, I think you guys can see where this is going. Musk called on his followers to cancel Netflix and said he already did so himself. He also criticized Netflix's DEI policies and pointed to it as another reason to cancel the service. There's also a lot of Charlie Kirk talk being thrown in there as well. Now, look, Dead End Paranormal Park, it was actually canceled back in 2023 after a 20-episode run of the show in 2022, so about 3 years old. The show is still hosted on Netflix like any other canceled originally programming Netflix has made. Now, it appears that the X account called Libs of TikTok discovered the show and posted about it on X, which drew Musk's attention and anger. Now, Variety reporting today, the creator of the show said he's been receiving anti-Semitic and homophobic comments following Musk's post today. Variety also reported he had to take a social media break to all the comments and harassment he received from Musk and his fans. Now, Netflix did not respond to a request for comment, but here you go again, seeing the richest guy in the world, Mel, playing around in the culture wars.
Yep. Steve, thank you. Yep. Steve Kovac. A lot to follow along there, but, just doing some of the back of the envelope sort of math. In the U.S. and Canada, Netflix had 89 million subscribers. Let's say half, some of them are Canada, let's say half, 40 million, just for argument's sake, are Republican.
Right.
Let's say 10% cancel. That seems like a lot. You're still talking about only 1% of global subscribers.
So, 2.5 to 4 million people.
10%, I think 10% is sort of a big estimate.
Let's just play stock market here. Yes, you're right. I think the math is right. It's probably a little bit less than that, but is that going to move the needle necessarily? And you're going to see people sign up on the back of that to counter it.
Sure.
So I think there's some mitigation. Again, Netflix has not traded well since earnings. I think we all can agree on that. And maybe for the first time, valuation is concerned. I will tell you, Tom Rogers came on this show right around that earnings period and actually for the first time in years was somewhat cautious on Netflix, which gave us all pause. But I don't think this is a reason to sell the stock.
It's interesting. I mean, his sales got canceled. Let's be honest. Over the last year and a half, sales are expected to be down, or deliveries of Tesla cars 10% this year, maybe a little worse. It was down in 2024 year over year. And I just find it really curious. I mean, here's a guy who's a free speech absolutist. This is meant to be absolutist. I mean, we know what that word means. This is the sort of hand-to-hand combat we just don't need in the stock market. I mean, I know it just seems kind of silly at this point.
I'm not going to defend anybody here, and I take no position on this whatsoever, but you can be free speech and still say you should not listen to this for the health of your children, but let it exist out there, right? So you're still allowing it to, he's not saying Netflix take it down. He's just saying, people, don't let your kids listen to that. So I think that's how you.
Well, he's also saying, cancel your subscription.
Cancel your subscription, yeah.
But
he's not saying, he's not telling Netflix to take it down. Is my argument.
Well, it's already taken down. It's not there. I mean, whatever.
To play stock market, which is all I want to do here, we've had these moments in time where, whether it was an ad campaign that went wrong or whether it was some sense that a company was aligned in a particular political channel, and we've seen it from some of the biggest companies in the world. It's not just Budweiser, it's Nike, it's you name it. I don't think that that's going to be the reason to sell Netflix here. And we've all said here, this stock is very expensive. Yes, can a day with these headlines move the stock around? They will. I won't speculate beyond that.
All those examples, though, that you gave, the boycotts and the protests lasted much longer than anybody, I think, expected. In terms of an impact, Budweiser.
Well,
Target.
Budweiser was one.
Budweiser's been one of the great buys over the last 6 months when you work through some of that.
Yeah, that's true.
But the destruction there was far greater than any other one that I recall. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this will be very fleeting.